will benefit massively from that toe.
Porsche came and just in the pass of the Ford, but further up the straight, pressing on to the end of the lap. To victory is Chris Lullen. Max Verstappen will be waiting in the pit lane for him, no doubt, to celebrate, but that is a margin of about 23, 22 seconds. The job is almost done. The sunshine is out, slow traffic, a car being towed along the Dottinger Her, but clean line of sight now for the blue and red Verstappen.com Racing Ferrari, run by Emil Fry Racing, started by Max Verstappen. He punched it into the lead of the race, no problem at all from third on the grid, in front by the first corner. Chris Lullen completes, and the sun clearly is shining on the pair of them.
What a story this is then in global motorsport. The first time that Max Verstappen attacks an NLS race, a Nürburgring Langstrecken Series race from the Formula One star and his young teammate of the UK. They're going to win the race after 4 hours. The 57th edition of the ADAC Barbarossa Prize goes to Max Verstappen and to Chris Lullen. So the checkered flag falls on Klaus Aberland. Is that his final race here at the Nürburgring? He did get to the end of this one. We're willing him certainly to come back for the first ever Grand Final of Champions, which will take place in the second weekend of October, NLS 10. So there is still one more to happen. It remains to be seen whether Klaus Aberland changes his mind, but what a way to bow out if that is to be his final race with a solo drive. And where in class did he finish in SP9? Flirting with a podium.
Twice. Second. What am I talking about?
That's all right. Second place behind the Christoph Breuer 786 Lamborghini of Rinazzo Motorsport. Chris Lullen opens the door, very casually gets out and says, "What's all the fuss about? I've just won my first Nürburgring Langstrecken Series race with Max Verstappen, who must be nearby." A tap of the roof of the Ferrari 296. But I've got to say, so composed for 22 years old. Yes, he knows the car. He's been doing a lot of GT racing this year, coming out of a UK-based Radical Championship in 2024. But the big step from virtual racing to doing it for real, and as I mentioned at the top of the show, that transition pretty much seamless.
Yeah, he's been super impressive this year. Of course, in sim racing, you don't really get a live interview straight after a race, but he's got Patrick Simon down there, racer, commentator extraordinaire, and great man in the pit lane. But yeah, there's a big smile on Chris's face there as he sort of straightens his hair and yeah, relaxes. Long race.
Number 22, which had qualified in 6th, so that is a net gain of 2 positions for Dominic and Marcel Vögel, along with Benny Leuchter.
Max has found his way.
Still here.
Yeah, he wasn't familiar to the longer pit lane here. He's all smiles, nascent moustache there on board for racing here, but I think he'll have enjoyed that hugely. And yeah, there's an enormous smile on Max's face. That was something different, something he wanted to tick off, but you can be sure he's back. He's got permission to do the full 24 hours next year here at the Nürburgring, which is fantastic news.
Still wired, I think, from those opening 2 hours, and I'm sure delighted for Chris Lullen as well. They will have had a conversation off camera. And Max Verstappen just laying the paving slabs for this approach potentially to a 24-hour race in 2026. That's not confirmed yet, but he has stated this week that he would love to do the 24-hour race around here. Imagine watching a Max Verstappen overnight stint for 2, 3, 4 hours perhaps. And then, you know, once you've done one 24-hour race, it's going to be very difficult to put that new interest down, and he might have to start to tick off a few more.
I think he would. I just suddenly was having this image of an orange army pouring over the border into Germany to come here. And, you know, for Max, you'd almost think he wants to ramp it up. He wants to do this in the fog, the rain, the Jackie Stewart conditions, because the greater the challenge, the more this man rises to it. And I think it's phenomenal to have him here this weekend. But I haven't seen him smile this much for a long time. There's a different sort of pressure here. It's only the internal pressure. The pressure from outside isn't there that it always is in a Formula One event. So I think this is not only good for fans of GT racing, but it's actually really good for Max. I think he will have gained so much from this. We certainly have.
Unsere Gesamtsieger. Emil Fry Racing mit dem Ferrari 296 GT3. Ihre Gesamtsieger für heute Chris Lullen und Max Verstappen. Und die Siegergrenze für unsere beiden Gesamtsieger mit dem Premieren GT3-Einsatz und gleich ganz oben aufs Podium. Es war ein wenig zu erwarten. Wollen wir den Handshake abwarten. Und Herr Fetzer, die Flaschen lassen wir noch mal stehen. Das dauert noch einen Moment, bis wir so weit sind. Wollen wir zu Ehren des Teams von Emil Frey Racing die Hymne der Schweiz hören. Und jetzt kommt der Kulturschock für unsere Gesamtsieger. Das dauert nämlich noch ein bisschen, bis wir hier durch sind. Wir machen weiter. Und als Fahrer des Tages neu im NLS-Programm dieses Jahr haben wir wen heute auserwählt als Fahrer des Tages. Ich glaube, die Frage ist relativ schnell beantwortet, oder? Max Verstappen. Fahrer des Tages für NLS Nummer 9, Max Verstappen. Und damit eine Zusatztrophäe für den vierfachen Formel 1 Weltmeister. Weiter geht's mit den Klassensieger in der SP9 Pro M. Und wir freuen uns auf Walkenhorst Motorsport mit dem Aston Martin. Christian Kognes. Und das gehört dazu. Übrigens sein erster Rennsieg, wo er sich das Cockpit mit jemandem geteilt hat. Sicherlich auch ungewöhnlich. Das Podium für den 57. ADAC Barbarossa-Preis mit unseren Gesamtsiegern, mit Chris Lalheim und Max Verstappen. Ladies and Gentlemen, it's time for Champagne! Dankeschön. Kommst du gleich runter, lieber? Vielen Dank.